Now our second sub question over here is B part, sub question B, which says draw critical path, diagram, which is also called as network diagram. So we'll draw the critical path diagram or the network diagram now. So as you can see, there are different activities. Please look at the problem which you have noted down. So you have designation, activity designation, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those are the activities which will be taking place. So you are given the different activities that are A is design, B is build prototype, C is evaluate equipment, D is testing the prototype, E is writing report, F is writing methods report, and G is writing the final report. And then you have something called as immediate predecessor over there. So what is the immediate predecessor? Immediate predecessor means which activity will come after which activity, that is the meaning of immediate predecessor. For example, activity A, since activity A is the starting activity, it will have no immediate predecessor, so it will not have any activity before that. Now see activity B. For activity B, the immediate predecessor is given as A, so that means B will start only after activity A is over. Now for activity C, the predecessor is A, so that means the activity C will start only after activity A is done. Similarly for others. So we'll now see how to draw the network diagram. So any start of the network diagram, initially you have to write start. For any network diagram, initially for starting you have to write start, because we are starting with the first activity. So now which activity in this problem, in that table you can say, which doesn't have any predecessor? So that is activity A. Activity doesn't have any predecessor, so activity A will be first activity. So activity which does not have any predecessor, that will be your first activity. Now we'll go to the next activity, that is activity B. For activity B, the immediate predecessor is A. So activity B will start after A. So activity B will start after activity A is done. Now we'll go to the next activity, that is activity C. For activity C, the immediate predecessor is again A. So activity C will start after activity A is done. So activity C will start after activity A is done. Now let's go to the next activity, that is activity D. Now see, for activity D, the immediate predecessor is activity B. So activity D will start after activity B is done. So activity D will start after activity B is done. Now let's go to the next activity, that is activity E. So activity E will start after activity C and activity D. You can see there are two activities in the immediate predecessor. There is activity C and D. So that means activity E will start only after activity C and activity D are done. So E will start only after activity C and activity D. Both are done. So E will start only after activity C and activity D. Both are done. So it will get arrows from D as well as C. So now let's go to next activity, that is activity F. So activity F also immediate predecessor is C and D. So activity F will start after activity C and activity D. So it will get arrow from both activity C as well as activity D. Now let's go to the last one, that is activity G. For activity G, the immediate predecessor is E and F, means activity G will start only after activity E and activity F is done. So G is our last activity. So that means the end of our total activities. So at the end there will be, you have to write end, E and D. So this is how you draw a critical path diagram or network diagram.